Fellow classmates, I want to address the issue of dreadlocks bans in African schools. This is a topic that hits close to home for anyone interested in multiculturalism and identity. Dreadlocks, a hairstyle steeped in rich cultural history, has triggered debate in many African educators. Across countries like South Africa, Kenya, Ghana, and Nigeria, students are facing bans on dreadlocks. The reasons vary, with some schools citing policy violations or even claiming dreadlocks are unprofessional or unhygienic. These justifications often reflect Western beauty standards. However, dreadlocks hold deep cultural significance, symbolizing identity. Learning about these dreadlocks bans, I felt a wave of frustration and disappointment. As someone who values cultural diversity and expression, denying students this symbol of their heritage deeply concerned me. It's not just hair, it's a connection to their identity and spirituality. These bans erase cultural identity and restrict authentic self-expression. Over time, my initial reaction only grew stronger. It became clear this is about injustice and perpetuating stereotypes. Advocating against such discrimination became a must, because everyone deserves the right to express their culture. To understand this issue, it's important to consider our own backgrounds. Our upbringing shapes our beliefs and responses. Coming from a multicultural background myself, I deeply value diversity and respect cultural differences. Witnessing the richness cultural diversity brings, including dreadlocks as a cultural symbol, reinforces my belief in cultural acceptance. Seeing friends and family proudly wear dreadlocks further strengthens this conviction. Recognizing my own context allows me to see the significance of dreadlocks and the harm these bans perpetuate. With this awareness, I stand strong for cultural acceptance, striving for inclusive educational environments where diversity is celebrated. Multiculturalism is about celebrating diversity, emphasizing respect for various cultural backgrounds. Dreadlocks bans in African schools directly challenge this principle by restricting cultural expression. These bans undermine core multicultural values, imposing Eurocentric beauty standards and marginalizing non-Western practices. Dreadlocks hold deep cultural significance, and banning them erases cultural identity, perpetuates stereotypes, and reinforces inequalities. This issue connects directly to themes of cultural competence and social justice, emphasizing the need to challenge discrimination and promote inclusivity. Through advocating for cultural acceptance, we can create equitable learning environments where all students feel valued and respected, fostering understanding and embracing diversity. Addressing dreadlocks bans requires a multi-pronged approach. Advocacy and awareness efforts are crucial. This can take the form of protests, articles, and social media campaigns that amplify the voices of those affected. Policy changes initiatives aim to overturn bans by lobbying institutions and policymakers for culturally inclusive grooming policies. According to studies by Otieno and Simatwa, legal interventions like lawsuits and petitions challenge the legality of the bans and uphold students' rights to express their cultural identity freely. Community engagement fosters collective action. Coalitions and forums create space for dialogue and collaboration. Cultural competence training for educators enhances their awareness of diverse practices and promotes inclusivity. Supporting affected students with resources and safe spaces empowers them to advocate for their rights. Media campaigns can combat stereotypes and promote cultural acceptance, while collaboration with stakeholders lead. Dreadlocks bans in African schools hinder cultural expression and perpetuate stereotypes, undermining diversity and inclusion. We must challenge these bans and promote cultural acceptance for equitable educational environments. Taking action through advocacy, policy change, and community engagement is essential for fostering social justice and equality. Together, we can create a more inclusive society that celebrates cultural diversity. Having explored dreadlocks, bans, and cultural acceptance, it's vital to take action. Share your experiences on social media, engage locally to advocate for inclusive policies, support affected students, join advocacy groups, and educate yourself and others. Together, let's create a future where cultural diversity is embraced by all. Thank you.